Fans of the past, we are glad to have you back on our channel. Today marks the beginning of an amazing adventure in which we will investigate a fascinating period in the history of the ancient world. Get ready to explore the diverse past that Syria has to offer, location at a major crossroads in the Roman Empire. This region played a crucial part in connecting different civilizations and facilitating the interchange of cultural ideas. It was home to great cities as well as bustling commercial routes. Consequently, let's investigate the Roman province of Syria and find out the significance it held within the empire. Ancient Syria, which was situated in the eastern Mediterranean, extended its borders all the way into Lebanon and included a portion of Jordan. During ancient times, this region served as a crossroads for a number of important trade routes, including those that linked the Roman Empire to the Far East, Africa, and Europe. The province of Syria flourished as a thriving economic hub, which facilitated the trade of products as well as the sharing of ideas and cultural practices. Because of its advantageous location, Syria became an important node along the Silk Road, which was a network of commercial routes that extended from China to the Mediterranean Sea. Because of this connection, things such as silk, spices, precious metals, and other luxury items were able to move through the region. This contributed to the growth of the local economy and attracted business people from all over the ancient world. Palmyra was undoubtedly one of the most spectacular cities that existed in ancient Syria. Palmyra, which is located in the middle of the Syrian desert, thrived as an important oasis along the trade routes for a long time. Palmyra, also known as the Bride of the Desert, grew to prominence as a thriving oasis along the trade routes that connected the Roman Empire to the Far East. Because of this, Palmyra is often referred to as the Bride of the Desert. Because of its advantageous position, it became an important crossroads for trade as well as cultural interaction. The city reached its height of prosperity during the 1st and 3rd century AD, during which time it fused Roman, Persian, and local architectural styles to produce a singular and breathtaking heritage. The towering arches of Palmyra are one of the city's most recognizable and distinctive characteristics. These towering monuments, such as the Arch of Triumph and the Arch of Septimius Severus, served as majestic entrances, welcoming travelers and traders from far regions. The Arch of Septimius Severus was the largest arch in Rome. The arches not only served to highlight the splendor of the city, but they also served as a symbol of its relationship to the Roman Empire as a whole. The majestic Temple of Baal, which was dedicated to the Semitic deity of the sun, was at the very center of Palmyra. This architectural masterpiece, with its towering columns and elaborate carvings, was a testament to the religious and cultural fusion that had taken place in the city during that time period. The magnificent temple complex was used as a place of worship, drawing in a steady stream of tourists and pilgrims who were in awe of its beauty. The Agora was another important building in Palmyra. It was a lively marketplace where traders from all over the ancient world would congregate. Here, people from all across Africa, Europe, and the Far East would come to barter their wares, which would boost the local economy and encourage cultural interaction. In addition to its function as a marketplace, the Agora played an important role in Palmyrene society as a gathering place for citizens who wished to share their perspectives, participate in lively debates, and observe Palmyrene culture. The superb Roman theater at Palmyra must be mentioned at some point during any investigation of the ancient city. This magnificent building, which is carved into the side of a hill, has the capacity to accommodate thousands upon thousands of spectators. The Romans had a deep respect for art and entertainment, as evidenced by the fact that this building served as a site for theatrical plays, music concerts, and public gatherings. It is a monument to Palmyra's cultural significance throughout the Roman Empire that the theater still survives to this day. The tall burial structures of Palmyra are known as the Tower Tombs, and they are another distinctive element of the landscape there. These stately buildings were used as large mausoleums for the city's affluent elite during their time here. The complex carvings and inscriptions that adorned them served two purposes. They honored the lives and accomplishments of those who had passed away, and they demonstrated Palmyra's creative mastery. The golden age of Palmyra came to a tragic end in the 3rd century AD when the city was destroyed. The city was subject to invasions, battles, and the ebbing and flowing of historical currents. In recent years, Palmyra has been subjected to the terrible effects of war, as well as acts of cultural vandalism, both of which have resulted in considerable devastation. Nevertheless, in spite of these obstacles, work is currently being done to maintain and restore this UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is being done so that future generations will be able to enjoy its beauty and recognize the significance of its historical role. The spectacular architecture of Palmyra, which incorporated elements of Roman, Persian, and local culture, was one of the clearest indicators of the city's wealth. The Temple of Baal, which was considered to be the most famous building in the city, stood as a witness to the cultural fusion that took place in this location, which was considered to be a crossroads of civilizations. Visitors came from far and wide to be mesmerized by the structure's towering columns and elaborate sculptures. Bousra was still another important city in the area, and it was famous for the splendid Roman theater that it housed. This theater quickly became a center for a variety of cultural and entertainment activities due to its stunning architecture as well as its capacity to accommodate thousands of audience members. It demonstrated the Romans' respect for art, as well as their ability to incorporate the customs of the surrounding area. Bosra was a significant Roman city that served as a crucial hub for commercial activity, as well as cultural interaction, and was located in southern Syria. The city reached its height of prosperity during the 1st and 3rd century AD, during which time it combined Roman, Greek, and local architectural styles to produce a stunningly original and compelling landscape. The Roman theater may be found right in the middle of Bosra, making it the city's most recognizable feature. The spectacular building, which was constructed in the 2nd century AD, is a monument to both the Romans' engineering prowess and their passion for lavish forms of entertainment. The amphitheater had seating for thousands of audience members, and it was frequently used to host gladiatorial bouts, musical concerts, and other types of public entertainment. The extraordinary preservation work that has been done on the Bosra Theater is what gives it its genuinely unique quality. As a monument to the illustrious history of the city, the monumental front of the theater, which is embellished with Corinthian columns, exists today. Visitors can still marvel at the precise intricacies of the stage area, the seating arrangements, and the acoustics that made it possible for plays to be heard clearly and powerfully. In addition to the theater, Bosra was home to a sophisticated network of Roman baths throughout Roman times. These public bathing facilities acted as social hubs where locals and guests would congregate to relax, catch up with one another, and participate in a variety of activities that promote overall wellness. The baths of Bosra provide a peek into the daily lives of the ancient residents, as well as the cultural practices that they engaged in. Antioch absolutely must be brought up throughout any investigation of the history of ancient Syria. This bustling metropolis, which was situated close to the Orontes River, was considered to be one of the most important cities in the Roman Empire. Because of its diversified population, impressive public buildings, and lively markets, it developed into a dynamic center for commercial activity and cultural interaction. Antioch was home to a number of breathtaking architectural masterpieces that demonstrated the city's opulence and grandeur. The most well-known structure in the city was the Imperial Baths, which comprised a vast complex that demonstrated the Romans' engineering prowess. These baths, which served as both a center of social activity and a place to relax, were among the largest that had existed in the ancient world. The central portion of Antioch was traversed by the Cardo Maximus, which was a significant colonnaded street. It was bordered with shops, marketplaces, and public buildings, and it was a representation of the city's bustling urban life as well as its prosperous economy. The Romans' artistic and architectural prowess was on full display along the avenue thanks to the statues, fountains, and ornate facades that adorned the area. The ancient Syrians left behind some mesmerizing mosaics, which are among the most engaging artifacts they left behind. These complex works of art, which decorated the floors and walls of palaces, temples, and public buildings, were a reflection of the region's rich cultural heritage as well as its artistic prowess. Roman, Greek, and even local influences were all incorporated into mosaics, which served as a visual expression of this fusion. Not only was the territory that is now known as Syria a center for commerce, but it was also a cultural melting pot. It was a place where Roman, Greek, Persian, and indigenous customs all mingled together, giving rise to a cultural landscape that was singular and rich in diversity. Many intellectuals, philosophers, and artists from various walks of life went to Syria, making significant contributions to the country's intellectual and creative legacy. Unfortunately, just like every other great empire before it, the Roman Empire eventually fell. Invasion after invasion, conflict after conflict, and shifting political tides all took their toll on a once affluent province in Syria. The golden age of Syria came to an end with the rise of new powers in the east and the diminishment of the importance of the trade routes along the Silk Road. As we come to the end of our tour through ancient Syria, it is becoming abundantly evident that this region played an important part in the magnificent tapestry that was the Roman Empire. Its location at a crossroads of trade, the splendor of cities such as Palmyra and Basra, and the thriving cultural exchange all contributed to shaping the course of Syria's history and leaving an indelible mark on the rest of the globe. Come back with us the following time as we unearth additional amazing tales from the pages of history.